You know those stubborn pockets of fat right on the side of your stomach? Yeah, the ones that make your t-shirt hug a little tighter or your jeans fit just a little wrong. We call them love handles. But if you're like most people, there's nothing lovable about them. And here's the thing, getting rid of them isn't complicated. It's not magic. It's not a 7-day cleanse. It's a system, one you can actually stick to without feeling like you're starving or training for the Olympics. Today, I'm breaking down 5 steps to kill your love handles, brick by brick. No gimmicks, no starvation diets, just proven methods you can start today. And the last step? It's the one nobody talks about, but it might save you years of frustration. Let's build. Why you have love handles. Before we burn them off, you need to know exactly where they came from. Here's the blunt truth. Love handles aren't from bad genetics or turning 30. They come from overeating. Don't have a fixed mindset and allow yourself to come up with the conclusion that they're from your family. Yes, you can develop love handles faster than others due to your genetics, but at some point in your life, even if it was in your early childhood years, the overeating is what actually formed the stubborn belly fat. Not from one pizza night, but from months, maybe years of eating more calories than your body needs. Your body's smart. It stores that extra energy as fat. And for most men and women after menopause, it likes to keep that storage unit right around the abdomen. That's why the first place you gain fat is often the last place you'll lose it. This is why belly fat, lower back fat, and love handles are like the one guest at a party who just won't leave. They show up early and they stick around way too long. But here's the good news. Fat is fat. Whether it's in your face, your arms, or your waist, the same rules apply before losing it. We just need a smart, patient approach, starting with step 1. Step 1. Nutrition. You probably heard this before. If you want to lose fat, you need a calorie deficit. That's true, but here's the catch. Your love handles won't magically disappear the first week you eat less. When you start losing fat, your body usually sheds it from easier areas first. Face, arms, chest, maybe upper abs. The stubborn stuff on your waist, that comes later, which means you have to stay in the game long enough for your body to tap into that storage. Here's where most people mess up. They try to rush it. They slash calories, drop weight fast, and then crash. Energy tanks, cravings go wild. Workouts suffer, they quit, and the fat comes back. I remember the first time I started, I tried to only eat 1 meal a day and work out like a maniac. That didn't do anything for me except make me super low on energy, cranky enough to snap at people over nothing, and so hungry at night that I'd end up raiding the fridge like a raccoon in a dumpster. It wasn't discipline. It was just self-sabotage dressed up as hard work. Instead, aim for something sustainable. For most people, that means a calorie deficit of about 500 calories per day, which adds up to losing about a pound of fat per week. No, that doesn't mean only eating 500 calories a day. It means that if your maintenance is 2,500 calories, then you go down to 2,000. Exciting? Maybe not, but it's realistic, and more importantly, you can keep it up month after month. A slower pace also means you're more likely to keep the muscle you already have, which makes your body look better as the fat comes off. Think of it like building a house. You don't just throw bricks together overnight. You stack them carefully, one by one, until you have something solid. Step 2. Lift weights. Now, let's address a myth. You can't spot reduce love handles with endless side crunches, but you can make them less noticeable by building muscle in the right places, especially your shoulders, back, and core. Why? 2 reasons. 1. Illusion. When your upper body gets wider and more defined, your waist appears smaller. 2. Insurance. When you're in a calorie deficit, lifting weights lets you keep your muscle instead of burning it off. Without resistance training, a big chunk of your so-called weight loss might come from muscle, and that's the last thing we want. Muscle isn't just about looking good. It's the engine that keeps your metabolism running higher, the frame that gives your body shape, and the difference between looking skinny fat versus looking strong and athletic. Here's the truth most people miss. You don't have to live in the gym to keep your muscle while losing fat. You just have to challenge it enough to remind your body it still needs it. Research shows as little as 3 to 6 hard, focused sets per muscle group per week is enough to maintain muscle when you're cutting. That's right, not hours of daily lifting, not some marathon training schedule, just consistent, intentional work. If you're busy, hit full body workouts 3 times a week. That's all it takes to cover every muscle group. If you got more time, go 4 to 5 days and break it into splits. Upper, lower, push, pull, whatever you enjoy most. Training at home, you're not off the hook. Push-ups, dips, pull-ups, squats, planks. These absolutely count, and I have an entire video about how you can build muscle without a gym. Check it out after this video. But the weight doesn't have to be a barbell. It just has to challenge you enough that the last few reps make you question your life choices. And remember, we're not training to burn calories here. Cardio can do that. This is different. We're training to keep the structure under the fat, so when the fat is gone, what's revealed is something worth showing off. Otherwise, you'll just end up a smaller, weaker version of the same body you started with. And trust me, that's not the glow up you're aiming for. Step 3, cardio. Lifting is the muscle builder. Cardio is the calorie multiplier. And before you roll your eyes and picture yourself chained to a treadmill for an hour, hear me out. Cardio doesn't have to mean running yourself into the ground until your soul leaves your body. It's simply about moving more so you can burn more. Start with the easiest, most underrated fat loss tool on the planet: walking. Yep, walking. Track your current daily steps for a few days so you know your baseline. Then add about 2,000 steps to that number. Keep increasing little by little until you're hitting around 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Why? Because that alone will quietly burn hundreds of extra calories each week without wrecking your recovery, without leaving you drenched in sweat, and without making you dread your workouts. You can do it on lunch breaks, while taking calls, or just by parking further away at the store. Small changes stack up fast. Once you got that down, you can speed things up by adding 20 to 30 minutes of moderate cardio 2 to 3 times a week. The key word here is moderate, not gas yourself out and collapse in the corner. Think incline walking, cycling, swimming, jump rope, shadow boxing, or my personal favorite, shooting hoops. It doesn't matter what you choose as long as you can do it consistently without hating your life. Here's the bonus most people don't realize. Cardio doesn't just help with the fat you see in the mirror. It also helps burn visceral fat. That's the dangerous deep belly fat wrapped around your organs that you can't see, but should definitely want gone. Losing it doesn't just make you leaner on the outside, it makes you healthier from the inside out. So lifting shapes the body, cardio uncovers it. You need both if you want to look good and feel good. Not just for summer, but for the long game. Step 4, breaking plateaus. Here's something you might not hear often. If you're losing weight, your body will eventually fight back. When you drop 10% of your body weight, your daily calorie burn can fall by 20 to 25%. Partly because you're lighter. Partly because your body tries to conserve energy. You move less without even realizing it. That's why something that worked for you in month 1 might stop working in month 3. The fix isn't panic mode. You don't need to cut another 1,000 calories or add 7 workouts a week. Instead, option 1. Lower your calories slightly, about 100 to 150 a day. Option 2, keep your food the same, but add a little activity. Maybe 2,000 more steps or an extra 20 to 30 minutes of cardio per week. Small changes keep you moving forward without burning you out. Step 5, the reality check. Here's the part nobody wants to hear. To lose all your love handles, you'll have to get very lean. Lean enough that for most people, it's hard to maintain. And sometimes, it's not worth it. I've seen people get so obsessed with burning every last ounce of fat from their waist that they ignore all progress they've made everywhere else. They already look great, but they can't see it. Social media doesn't help. Those shredded guys you see, half have insane genetics. Some aren't natural. Most aren't telling you how tired, irritable, or hungry they feel all the time just to look like that. Here's the truth. You don't need to be stage lean to look amazing. You don't need to suffer 24/7 to feel confident. If getting a little leaner means you can still enjoy life, have energy, and stay strong, that's the win. Bonus: recovery. Professional athletes have a secret weapon most people ignore: recovery. LeBron James, for example, takes naps almost every day. Not because he's lazy, but because it helps his body recover so he can perform again tomorrow. Now, you're probably not training 3 to 4 hours a day like LeBron, so no, I'm not saying you need to take a nap daily. But I am saying you need to treat recovery like part of the plan. That means 7 to 9 hours of sleep most nights. It means managing stress. It means not hammering the same muscles every single day. Because your body doesn't grow, get stronger, or burn fat during the workout. It does it during recovery. These moves, these steps, they're not flashy. They're not some new hack you've never heard of. They don't need to be. Some of the fittest people on the planet, fighters who go 12 rounds, marathoners pounding pavement for hours, even pro athletes with million-dollar training facilities still rely on the same fundamentals you just learned. Why? Because they work every single time. The gym, it's a tool. You're the machine. And here's the truth. A machine is only as good as how it's maintained. If you fuel it right, train it smart, and actually give it the recovery it needs, you'll not only drop those love handles, you'll keep them off. You won't need to live in a constant panic about losing progress because your results won't be built on crash diets or extreme routines. They'll be built on habits you can keep for life. Remember, fat doesn't stand a chance against consistency. Not the stubborn fat on your belly. Not the love handles you've been trying to hide. Not any of it. You don't need perfection. You just need persistence. So whether you're in a gym with shiny equipment or in your living room with nothing but body weight moves, you've already got everything you need. Now it's about doing it, brick by brick, day by day, until the body in the mirror is the one you've been working for all along. Most people will watch this, nod their head, then do nothing. They'll keep the same habits and wonder why nothing changes. Don't be like most people. Start today, even if it's just tracking your steps or adjusting one meal, one brick at a time. And if you want the next brick, my next video breaks down exactly what to eat for stubborn fat loss in detail. Click here before you lose momentum. Brick by brick. No shortcuts.